Gentlemen, welcome back to our channel. My name is Striker.
My name is Luba.
And in today's video, I want to talk about the typical ages of the guys that come over to Ukraine to see if they can find a traditional, meaningful relationship for the long term. Now, one thing that I have noticed is that there are, well, two things I've noticed really. First thing I noticed was that the majority of the guys doing this are what I would consider to be older gentlemen. So I guess guys 50 and plus 50 to 65, something like that. But one thing that I've noticed, and I'm not sure if it's just because of my channel, but a lot of younger guys are now inquiring about doing this or even starting to do it. And even like from when I started, guys that contacted me right at the very start of my channel, like even one of those guys is over here now, you know, so he's talked to us and he's sort of made those steps.
Made a decision, yeah, he was not sure.
Yeah, he wasn't sure and he's decided to go and do it. So I know that you've worked with a lot of guys and I'd say the majority of them were older. Why do you think that it's mainly older gentlemen that do this and not younger guys? And I have some thoughts too, so I'd like to hear
I will
yours.
speak just from my experience, not just, even just the facts I will talk, because I always kind of ask, when I interview my clients, I ask them why are on this point. So definitely you're right that there is more guys who are older who are looking for Ukrainian wife, and there's several reasons. So first reason is that they are very sick from their previous Western relationship.
Yeah.
So they got divorced very, very badly, very, very ugly, and now they want something else. The reason why they want something else and why this something else is Ukraine is something that they, as I told in our other video, that they either met somebody who has Ukrainian wife or some of their cousins married to Ukrainian wife, so they have a very good example. Second reason is that a lot of guys are building their career and they never found a lady who they been attracted to in the West, and in their older age they already see experience of their friends or family members about how bad our relationship over there, so they consider Ukraine as their, like, maybe not a last chance but a chance to find a wife. And a third is that maybe understanding, maybe information, maybe I've been working with a lot of guys who loses their wives just because they like pass away, and but after that they still, like, for some reason, like, this is maybe the most unknown reason for me, but they don't want to, actually it's not true, they are looking there as well, they just can't find the one because their wife was so good for the West, as I understand, that they are looking either for the same or they want to find in some other place. But these guys are usually the guys who are going to different places, not just Ukraine. They can go to Philippines. They don't really care about how the lady looks like. They only want the lady who they will find the same maybe qualities that he's
I've spoken to a couple of guys as well who are married for 20 plus years, and they lost their wives to like illness or some tragic thing like that, and sometimes even it has been through divorce. There's been a lot of those, and then they're entering back into the dating marketplace as if it was 20 years ago. But what they're finding out is that times have changed. Not only have they become older, but times have changed as well. Like back 20 years ago, the way that you met a potential partner was through friends, it was through a church group, it was through maybe parents at the schools and things like that. That's how you met. But now the options to meet people, well, for a woman is so huge. You basically download 3 apps and then you sit there swiping through these
all day long.
And the circle to try and narrow it down and find someone is so hard because there's everybody else is doing it as well. So they look for somewhere where they're going to have better options to find something that's a bit more traditional, like maybe their wife that passed away.
What is your opinion about why younger guys are not doing it yet, or they?
Yeah, okay. So I mean, every young guy that I speak to, I say, I believe that if a guy is in his 20s, from the age of 20 or from when he left school to the age of about 30, he should be concentrating on himself, and he should just concentrate on maybe dating in his own country. He should be concentrating on creating wealth for himself, business, and creating a life that's going to be able to support a family later on. When he gets to about the age of 30, that's when he should be looking more to settle down. Now, in the West, it's hard. I've just explained the reason with dating apps, how they pretty much ruined the whole dating scene in the West, but I guess in the world as well. But I believe if you're around 35, you are the perfect age to come over to Ukraine. I mean, your options are limitless, aren't they? You can go either way if you want to, and it's not going to be a problem as it would be if you were like 55. You're limited in your options there. So a guy at the age of 30 to 35 that's the ideal time to do it if you are serious about having a relationship. If you're not serious, then just come over, date, have fun.
One more point about the guys who are older, it come to my mind, is that that I don't honestly like, and it's not what I kind of support. It's big age gap. The guys, at least they can date, okay? We're not talking about some serious, but on the West, the guy with the 20, 30 years age gap, they can't even meet a girl, right? Right?
Yeah.
And when they come to Ukraine, this older guy think that, he's either, not doesn't matter what happened to him, divorced, lose his wife or whatever, never been married, he wants to find somebody younger, and Ukraine is a good place for that. So he think, I will come to Ukraine and I will find a young wife. This is the...
Yeah. With the younger guys as well, is that and I guess if you look at like the older guys, like for them they must get to a certain point, and I guess I sort of got to that point as well, but I've sort of realised that I'm a little bit under that point maybe than what a guy is who's like 55 or something like that, is that time is running out, and they get it. They understand that time is running out. If they don't do something now, then it's going to continue, time's going to continue, and nothing is going to happen. With the younger guys, I believe that they think that, I got plenty of time. But here's the problem, is that if you do try and think, well, I'll just see what happens in the West, you'll get sucked into it, and then you'll get chewed up, and you'll waste like years and years and years in a relationship that's a Western relationship, only to go through the court system at the end, most likely, and you'll have a lot of problems. I mean, I know of quite a few, actually. I'd say at least half a dozen youngish guys that want to come and spend time over here, but they can't because they had a child with a woman in the West, and they're tied to that. I mean, if they didn't have that, they could come and live here for 6 months and travel around and do everything that they want to do, but they can't now because they tried to give it a go in the West, which was a terrible idea. I mean, my opinion is don't even, like, why even waste your time trying to see if you can have a relationship in the West? You can't. That's it. You can't. I actually had a friend of mine message me about 2 weeks ago, and he messaged me and he said, I'm getting a divorce and my wife has taken my daughter away from me. So they just split, right? He's 40 and she's 40, and they got together when they were both 16. It's like, and I thought that they were a successful couple, but clearly not. So he also has been bitten by the Western.
But the most important, I don't want to sound like an old teacher, but my recommendation to you guys, just to be realistic no matter what age you are at.
Yeah,
and if you want to find a Ukrainian wife, you have to understand, like, put all cons and pros on a page, and choose somebody who you will feel comfortable with, and with whom you will not have to worry about like this 20 years old age gap and stuff. So be realistic, be yourself, and have a right expectation, and I'm sure that you will have a successful love story.
Yeah, and if you've never actually been through like some sort of relationship trauma, because a lot of guys that do this have been on, young and older, you're in a good position in some way, but you're also, sometimes it's that trauma that makes guys take the action. So even if you haven't had it, you should still take the action to go and do it, and at least try and have a relationship that's actually going to be a little bit more meaningful than one in the West.
We hope this video was useful for you. Subscribe to the channel, and we see you next time.
We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.